6ix9ine is verging on bankruptcy. Daniel Hernandez, best known by his stage name Tekashi 6ix9ine, began his career in hip-hop in 2017, and he rapidly became one of the most contentious persons in the music industry. Tekashi 6ix9ine is a stage name taken by Daniel Hernandez. In a relatively short amount of time, he became a phenomenon on the internet as a result of his aggressive and high-energy tracks, as well as his peculiar appearance, which consisted of having rainbow hair. His earlier works, such as Gummo, Billy, and Kiki, went on to become internet sensations, and they have amassed hundreds of millions of views on YouTube. It was eventually due to his one-of-a-kind flair, brash confidence, and outspoken persona that he was able to win over both admirers and critics, which ultimately contributed to his rise to stardom. The other side of the coin is that his fame was accompanied by controversy, which was fueled by his gang ties, legal issues, and a tendency to provoke controversy. Not only was 6ix9ine a rapper at the pinnacle of his career, but he was also a cultural phenomenon at that time. Through the incorporation of labels such as Fashion Nova into his music videos, he was able to secure a record deal worth $7.5 million, a headphone endorsement worth $4.9 million, and a sum that was in the six-figure range. He was well known for his habit of flaunting his wealth, and he frequently posted pictures of his diamond-encrusted jewelry, expensive clothes, and luxury automobiles on a variety of social media platforms. His expensive style of living was matched by his public generosity, as he talked about contributing significant amounts of money to people who were in need. He was a generous person. Instead of donating money to traditional charities, he distributed it directly to people living on the streets. Curious to find out all the answers? Stick with us until the end. There are some captivating insights and surprises waiting just for you. Don't miss out on the journey. It was a direct reflection of the fact that Tekashi was genuinely involved with the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods, that his music regularly praised gang culture and brutality. Tekashi's songs frequently lauded gang culture and brutality. Songs such as Kuda and Billy had lyrics that boasted about shootings, gang loyalty, and criminal activity throughout the song. These songs were examples of songs that were popular during that time. Due to the fact that he constantly engaged in battle with his rivals and with police enforcement, his public behavior was a reflection of the songs he had written. The beginning of his criminal record can be traced back to 2015 when he entered a guilty plea to the charge of using a minor in a sexual performance. This marked the beginning of his time in prison. A young girl who was 13 years old and had appeared in a sexually explicit video was the subject of this lawsuit.
It's so funny how they accuse me of being a rapist. But look at the settings. Different city, 30,000 in a bag. There's so much money. Just spending money.
In spite of the fact that he asserted that he was uninformed of her age, the conviction remained with him throughout his entire professional career. The severity of his connection with gangs had reached such a point that he was facing significant repercussions as of the year 2018. As a result of his involvement in a spate of robberies, shootings, and other criminal acts, he was charged with federal charges, each of which carried a guaranteed minimum sentence of 47 years.
Agents sitting in front of my house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. One thing I fear in life. No, 2 things. I fear God and I fear the FBI. Only 2 things I'm scared in life.
6ix9ine made the decision to work with the prosecution and testify against his associates in exchange for a lighter sentence.
I don't give a fuck if I'm held accountable for what I did. Yes, I snitched and I did it proudly.
This judgment was taken in the face of overwhelming evidence. Despite the fact that his assistants cut the length of time he served in prison to just 2 years, after his early release in 2020, Tekashi made an effort to resume his career by relying on his popularity in order to garner attention. This was done in spite of the criticism that he received. After being freed from prison, he released his first single, which was titled Gooba. 25 million people viewed it on the very first day after it was made available to the public. Additionally, the single Trolls, which features Nicki Minaj, made its debut Billboard Hot 100 chart concurrently. Tekashi made a number of costly acquisitions, including a chain in the shape of a shark that was valued at $300,000.
$500,000, $500,000. Look at the diamonds in them teeth. And nobody got this watch. If you don't got this watch right here, you a little boy to me. I'll kiss you on your forehead. You a little boy. Sit down.
And a fleet of luxury automobiles that he purchased. It was then that he began to trash his opponents online, after he had dubbed himself the King of New York. Unfortunately, the subsequent album by Tekashi, which was released later in the year 2020 and was titled Tattletales, could not live up to the expectations that were set for it. There was a dramatic decrease in sales when compared to his previous projects, with only 55,000 units being sold in the first week of its launch. It was pointed out by both critics and fans that the music lacked any kind of content, and that it was overshadowed by his habit of engaging in antics on social media. His diminished musical output coincided with a deterioration in his financial situation, which he experienced simultaneously. Several exorbitant debts were brought to light, including a debt of $10 million owed to the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, a debt of $2 million owed to a business partner, and hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal settlements. Because of his ongoing legal issues, his ex-girlfriend has filed a lawsuit against him for $1 million, alleging that he has abused her and created revenge pornography. The lawsuit was filed in response to his ongoing legal problems. Despite the fact that he was earning millions of dollars at the time, he was accused of neglecting his daughter during this time period. The amount of money that he contributed to her care over the course of 5 years was reported to be less than $2,000. 6ix9ine made a last-ditch effort to maintain their relevance in the music industry, and they examined a number of different alternative business opportunities. The potential of him obtaining a record deal for $6 million was contingent on him avoiding additional legal issues. However, this possibility was put in peril when he violated the terms of his parole by testing positive for methamphetamine. In addition, he promoted a cryptocurrency project that was known as Dummy Coin, promising early investors the chance to meet and greet the people who were responsible for creating the project. The effort, on the other hand, was not successful in gaining popularity and was criticized for being a cash grab. On top of that, his streaming deal with Rumble, which allegedly provided him with an initial payment of $2 million, was terminated prematurely due to the fact that he did not fulfill the obligations that were stipulated in the contract. However, Tekashi admitted in court that a significant portion of his extravagant lifestyle was an illusion. This admission came at a time when Tekashi was facing mounting debts. Large stacks of cash were seen in videos that were manufactured with prop money, and he disclosed that he was unable to pay his credit card bills or his taxes. There were also videos that were manufactured with prop money. Because of the ongoing legal battles he was engaged in, his financial resources were severely depleted, and he frequently failed to make payments to his many creditors, including his attorneys. Tekashi's fall from grace highlights the tenuous nature of stardom, as well as the consequences that come with indulging in irresponsible behavior. Tekashi's fall from grace was a significant event. He was once a highly influential figure in the hip-hop community, but these days, he is more well known for his scandals than for his music. It is vital to remember that his narrative serves as a cautionary tale about the risks of unrestrained ambition, poor decision-making, and the transitory nature of success in the music industry. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.